So, goals. How do we decide what our goals are? How do we build out our goals? To us, there's sort of five or six things you should be considering when you start to structure your goals. They rotate around the core values to you, what's important, what makes your world work. So, example of these things could be your family, could be your personal philosophical life, it could be sport, it could be money, it could be travel. We've all got various things, yeah, right, that drive us and motivate us. From my opinion, is what you should do is take the time to write out your goals. Now, within the Google Sheet that we've given you, there's a very clear description of how to do this, how to break it down. In the exercise we're going to do is we're going to build your business goals. But what I'd like you to do in an ideal world is write out your personal goals, your family, your philosophical, and so on and so forth. So navigating through this thing, five things to avoid when setting goals. So let's talk about what should we be thinking, yeah, right? What should we be? What should be in our mind? Number one, let's not set unrealistic goals. Okay, so it's not about creating a goal for someone else. It's not about doing something that's not practical. I always think small little goals, very achievable. Go out there, hit the numbers, and you're going to do well on the back of that. Don't focus and limit it to just the end result. I think you've got to put your goals, structure your goals day by day, week by week, month by month, but break it down into 7 or 8 pieces within that. Yeah. So as you'll see in the actual goal planning exercise, it gives you a description of that. Don't underestimate the amount of time to complete things. So sometimes things are difficult. Either you've got to allocate more time to it, or you know, be practical in the you know, in reality how easy this is going to be for you to achieve things. Look, failure is important. Okay, you've got to fail. It's going to go wrong, yeah, right? You know, enjoy it going wrong. Don't worry about it. Don't get stressed and move on to the next thing. But learn from it. That's the key. We all learn more from failures. And finally, don't set other people's goals. Set your own goals. Look at what you want to do, what you want to achieve. You need to sit down, take some time, think about these things, and digest it. And look, I'm a great believer in transparency of goals. I'm a great believer in putting it out there. Let people see what you're going to do. Let people see what your objectives are. It's not bragging, okay? It's not about saying, "Hey, I'm great." It's about saying, "These are my goals, and let's get the world behind us. Let's do it as a team." Now, this here is a very interesting slide, yeah, because it's um, it's about, there was a study done in the U.S. and they found that the minority group was underperforming the children, the other children. Yeah, right. So there was an issue there with how they, what, you know, whatever was going on, they weren't doing as well. Yeah, and so what they did was they got them to map out their goals, and they self-authored them. They wrote their dreams and they wrote the plans and they pulled it all together. And within a year, they were only 0.75 of a percentile below the mean group. Yeah, so that's interesting. That's interesting in so far as we know scientifically. Write your goals down. There's a much higher likelihood of them happening.